Rude Health Ranting, what are we all about? We're about speaking our minds about what really concerns us in the way of nourishment, in the way of, where's Rufus, sexuality, in the way of another individual last year, the year before, the pointlessness of pandas. So we're here to entertain you and to stimulate you. Rude Health, we're a small business in London. My wife and I began this business 9 years ago. And in the office, I would, not having come from a food background, strictly speaking, neither being a farmer nor a food producer in the strict sense of the term, everything that came to me by way of shocking understanding, whether it's about the dreariness of coffee, whether it's about the poisonous nature of most milk that you're sold, I would turn around and start talking to the office. They got so bored of me that they first of all stuck me on the website, and now they've got me out here talking to you. So I'm the chief ranter at Rude Health, and it's all about waking, sleepwalking individuals in all of us, where we just repeat the same mistakes day after day, buying the same dreary food. And one of the reasons we're all here at Abergavenny is to wake up our senses and to wake up our understanding. Now, the order today is on the board in front of you. I'm followed by Rufus, who's North Wales' sexiest man, and we're going to launch off today with my rant, which is connected to tomorrow's 1 o'clock Abergavenny debate, which is over here in the big tent, which is called, Is Healthy Food Making You Ill? So I'm going to talk about lard and fat. Who here cooks with lard? Who here makes their own lard? Okay, who here actually goes out and selects different types of lard for different cooking needs? This is extraordinary because 50 years ago, you'd have all put your hands up. We've been engaged in the biggest culinary and lack of nourishment food experiment of all time. We have been using vegetable oils. Who use vegetable oils here? Come on, put your hands up. All of you, come on, put your hands up. It's like talking to people who drink pasteurized milk. You all drink semi-skim milk, you losers. Semi-skim milk is not fit for pigs. Well, actually, it is. It makes them fat. Likewise, we're looking here at the same phenomenon. So if you all associate me with raw milk and full-fat milk, you can now associate me with lard and fat. Why? Well, what is lard? Lard is the rendered fat from a pig. What is tallow? What is tallow? It's from beef or mutton. But did you know that within lard, there's a whole world of different flavors and qualities of lard? You all go out and buy your perfumed olive oils. Come on, who's just bought some olive oil flavored with truffles? Come on, put your hands up. But you don't go out there and buy lard, do you? That's been nurtured in a cave in Tuscany. No, you don't, because you're missing out. Lard is sensationally complex, beautiful substance, a beautiful food, and it needs to be reinvigorated as our main fat. In the old days, your great-grandmother would only have butter, lard, and tallow, and then occasionally olive oil. Never, ever would she have rapeseed oil. Never would she have sunflower oil. No, this was unknown. So what we've done is that we've fallen in love with the most processed oils that are entirely unsuitable for frying, and entirely unsuitable. They don't taste very good. So I'm going to move very quickly on because Rufus is desperate to get on to his next appointment. I'm going to tell you a little about the yield of lard, because this links to the big debate tomorrow. Is healthy food making us ill? We've all, in times past, become obsessed with low-fat ingredients. Did you know that in 1950, a pig yielded 15 kilograms of fat? Good fat for us to use. 1990, after selective breeding, because of the fear of fat, it's down to 4.6 kilograms of fat. The pig has become lean. Secondly, look, if we look at the consumption of lard, whilst we look at the rise in obesity, they meet each other, one going down and one going up in terms of the obesity crisis. 1950, 5.7 kilograms per capita per annum of lard was eaten. Now it's 180 grams per capita And look at us. Are we any healthier? No, we are less healthy because of our lack of lard. So what I really would like to say also is that lard and religion and lard of art and art are connected. Is sunflower oil connected to religion? Nope. Does it make great art form? Nope. In religion, lard is connected to the rise of Protestantism. My religious background is deep and meaningful, but I can make this connection quite clearly. During Lent, the 40 days of Lent, what were you not allowed? Lard, animal fats, lard and butter. So what you did in the days before the rise of Protestantism was that you bought a dispensation, very Catholic. You could buy your way into eating lard. You could buy your way into eating butter. So what you did was that you went and you gave money to the church, and they said, oh, that's fine, you've given us money, eat lard during Lent. Now, this absolutely drove them mad. And so Luther found this absolutely intolerable. And at the same time, what was going on was that those pernicious southern Europeans selling olive oil, which we all buy, and you'll hear later from Avlakios about how awful most olive oil is that's out there, was that they were then selling olive oil into the northern territories as a substitute for butter and lard, because olive oil is fine in the Catholic Church during Lent. Okay? So what happened was that Luther said, this is absolutely awful, and so out came Protestantism. Isn't that fantastic? It was the lard and butter, the love of lard and butter. Secondly, it's an art. It is an art form, lard. Did you know this? There is a massive sculpture which you must all go and see in Berlin by Joseph Beuys. And he got 20 tons of tallow. And I'm going to quote to you now, if I get my glasses on. He found, Joseph Beuys is an extraordinary radical German artist, radical German artist, 20 tons of rendered mutton and beef. And it was poured, and I can make this absolutely clear to you, that he obviously knew what he was doing, because he poured it into an underground car park. And what he was in fact saying was that he was going to create art in part of a pedestrian tunnel. The senseless urban construction was to be transformed with a healing substance. Fat was used to rescue a cold, wounded place. Now, 20 tons of beef tallow. Art. So let's hear it for lard. We want more lard. Throw out the oils. Bring on the lard. Thank you, everybody.